To solve this question and get full marks, we must first analyze, since it is an exponential function, which means that the function of x is equal to a to the x plus a constant c, and therefore and then the function is defined such that x is an integer. Therefore, if we use the 3 points here to calculate, so let's use this point here, so that means that the function of x is equal to -3 when x is equal to 0. So that means, by using the same logic, a to the 0 plus a constant c is equal to -3, and anything to the power of 0 is 1, plus c is equal to -3. Therefore, c is equal to -4. And then we can now find the value of a. Let's use the 1 point minus 1 here. That means the function of x is equal to -1, where x is equal to 1. So that means a to the 1 plus c is equal to -1. And this is just simply a minus 4 is equal to -1. That means that a is equal to 3. Okay. For the inverse function, the inverse function simply flips the x and y, which we'll do later, but let's do the p1 and p2 first. So that means that the value of a is simply like what we've written, 3, and p, which is our constant, is -4. The inverse form is in the form of function of -1x log of a and x plus b. Oh, so that means that we must find the inverse now. And since we know that the function of x is equal to 3 to the x minus 4, therefore, since the function of x is the same as y is equal to 3 to the x minus 4, y plus 4 is equal to, since it's an inverse function, we flip the x and y. So that means x is equal to 3 to the y minus 4, and x plus 4 is equal to 3 to the y, and we take the logarithm of 3 on both sides, and this just cancels out. That means y is equal to log 3 of x plus y, and the function of -1 x is equal to log 3 log 3 of x plus 4. Therefore, we get that a is equal to 3 and p is equal to 4. And for the state the domain of the inverse function state the domain of the inverse function. So that means that we use the same one. The function of -1x is equal to logarithm 3 of x plus 4. And now we need to remember the rules in logarithm. The logarithm of a of b is only true when p is more than 0. p is more than 0, because the logarithm of 0 cannot exist. So therefore, we can simply take the 1 from the inside. That means we form this inequality. X plus 4 is more than 0. That means x is more than negative 4. And that is our domain. So that means our domain, since it's an integer and it doesn't specify if it's positive or negative, so that means the domain is x, an element of integer, such that x is more than negative 4. Okay, so now that's done. So now let's draw the graph. And since we know that x is more than negative 4, that means that we draw the asymptote line at negative 4, which is this point right here. So that means we draw a line like this. Sorry if it's not symmetrical, but yeah, here like this. And now let's look at the values. Since it's 2 and 5, so that means 2 and 5, so that means we get the values 5 and 2, and there's 1 point negative 1, that means that it's negative 1.1, and 0 point negative 3, that means it's negative 3.0. Now negative 3 is this right there, and this is 0. Negative 1.1 is right here, and 5 and 2 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right here. So that means that our curve looks something like this. So the curve is approaching negative 4, but it's actually never touching negative 4. And then the curve, oh, sorry. So that means that our graph looks something like this. And that's all. Thank you for